Hello, everyone. Very good morning. How many of you are excited for today's first live streaming session? Let me know in the comment section below. All right. Sorry for my voice because of viral and a lot of people being affected by cold and fever. I am also a little sick, so please excuse me if I keep coughing, but I will do my best in terms of providing you with content. All right, so everyone, welcome again. A very good morning. I hope everyone has had a fabulous evening yesterday on the occasion of Christmas. To all of you who have celebrated Christmas, I wish you all the best. And for those of you who are attending this session for the first time, we are basically going to be having five live streaming sessions throughout the week. Correct? Five live streaming sessions throughout the week, and every weekday, we are going to be having three live streaming sessions. So this is the current first live streaming session that will be taken care by me. So let me start today's live stream session with a quick introduction about myself. I am Harsh. I have 8 years of trading experience in the financial markets. I have been trading the forex markets, the commodity markets like oil, gold, silver, as well as the US based indices, correct? We have the Dow Jones 100, the S&P 500, and then the Dow Jones 30, the S&P 500, and the Nasdaq 100 as well. I am more of a technical trader. I specialize in technical analysis, correct? Such as supply and demand, price action, order flow analysis, swing analysis, wave analysis, and Fibonacci retracement analysis. When it comes to the field of technical analysis, the field is quite vast and expansive, but the categories that I have mentioned previously will be the ones that we will be focusing upon. I have also been blessed to be trained and to be mentored by people who used to work as flow traders on the Chicago Mercantile Exchange in the United States of America. So, under their guidance, I have gained invaluable experience and exposure in the markets. I have also been successful in handling $25 million worth of portfolio. And on top of that, I have also been able to generate between 30 to 35% of profitability on an annual basis. Now, why you would be asking that Harsh is sharing all this information with you, I am sharing all this information with our community members so that you all can be rest assured that the information that I am providing is being provided by someone who has the knowledge, who has the experience, and who has the expertise when it comes to the financial markets. So, how many of you are excited for today's first live stream session? Let me know your comments in the chat box below. People are excited, people are getting ready for today's live stream session. So, you do not have to worry because it is going to be based on our hot stocks that we have been sharing. Remember, when it comes to dolphin markets, we are focusing on providing you with high value content, correct? How many people are understanding that? We have been providing you since the last 3 months a consistent, diligent, and structured approach when it comes to providing you with hot stock recommendations, right? Money making strategies. Our entire objective of having these live stream sessions is based for your betterment, right? Because I'm sure every one of you will be having a curiosity, a question that what is Harsh providing in terms of live stream sessions? What is Dolphin Markets providing based on the live stream sessions? So to clarify, do all of you have these kind of doubts or these kind of thoughts that are going into your mind in terms of why we are having these live stream sessions? I am sure everyone will be having, right? And our objective is also the same in terms of providing you with high value content, correct? High value content based on market analysis, based on providing you with hot stock recommendations, as well as education. So if you are getting a trifactor bonanza of such high value content, it is in your best interest that you be a part of Dolphin Markets and that you subscribe to Harsha's live streaming sessions, because that is where you will be getting your value for money. So, how many people are interested and are excited for more information about our live stream sessions? And we would be progressing and looking at how the market is functioning, what the market has been doing. To all of you who are not aware, yesterday on the eve of Christmas, the markets were closed, so there was no trading activity that had taken place yesterday. So today being 26th of December, which is a Thursday, the markets have, ignited again. So it's been a couple of hours, 2 hours to be precise, and the markets are up and running. So we would be looking at the markets. But everyone, based on our analysis sheet, we have been showing you day after day, week after week, month after month that it is possible to make money in the markets. How many of you would want to make such kind of profits in your account? If yes, let me know in the chat box below. I'm sure everyone is coming with the objective of learning and making money, and that is precisely what Harsh is providing to you. Just based on the last 3 months, correct? We have been sitting at a fabulous cumulative profitability percentage of 237%. 38 trades have been provided to our community members in the last 3 months itself, with an average with an average profit per trade equaling to 5%, right? So we do provide you with hot stocks on a real time basis, unlike our competitors who are focused just on providing client accounts to their clients, account services to their clients. We are focused on providing much more value than our customers can even imagine, right? So we are providing you with money making opportunities as well as with learning. So when you can earn and learn at the same time, the combination will definitely make you much successful as well as profitable when it comes to the markets. Just based on the last month, right? If you know today's title, in the last 2 months, we have been sitting at 140% cumulative profitability just based on the last 2 months. As of December, we are sitting at a fantastic profitability of 41%, with 10% that had been closed last week itself. How many of you would love to make such kind of profits in your own trading accounts? If yes, let me know in the chat box below. So whenever a hot stock is being provided, we definitely will make sure to provide you with all the parameters that are necessary, correct? We have the name of the stock, we have the entry parameter, we have the 5% target as well as the position size, correct? Now people who are looking at my screen are might even have a question or a doubt where they are mentioning why is the first and second profit target mentioned. So to all of you, we do provide you with additional targets, but currently our objective is, can we show our clients that it is possible to make money in the markets, and it is possible to make money in the markets consistently? How many of you would love to make profits consistently in the market? If yes, let me know in the chat box below. Since the value of our content is very high, right? Very high quality content is being provided to you. We are focusing on those clients who are willing to become our VIP clients. Now, how many of you are understanding what do you mean by VIP clients? If yes, let me know in the chat box below. So VIP clients are those clients who are willing to be a part of Dolphin Markets, who are willing to be profitable and who are willing to subscribe to the live stream sessions. How many of you want to make profits, right? Because our VIP customers have been making profits, so I'm sure all of you can do the same. How many of you are understanding? If yes, let me know in the chat box below. We have been proving it time and time again that we can provide you with money making strategies, and we are not just talking about it. We have been maintaining our records that are a living testament to showcase our profitability when it comes to the Indian stock market. All right, does that sound good? So make sure, since we'll be focusing on VIP customers, we want you to become a VIP customer as well. We have been providing our content to anyone and everyone who wants to know what Dolphin Markets is, what Harsh is providing in his live stream sessions. But we have been proving it for the last 3 months. Moving forward, next month onwards, we are going to be shifting from the public live stream sessions to the private live stream sessions, and that is where we would be focusing only on our VIP customers. So make sure to do not waste time, be a part of Dolphin Markets and subscribe to my live stream sessions so that you can keep receiving the benefits of making money in the markets. How many of you would love to keep receiving trade recommendations in terms of making money in the markets? If yes, let me know in the chat box below. All right, so let's go and look at the charts. And before we get into the charts, let us have an overall view in terms of what the markets have been doing, how the markets have been progressing, so on and so forth. So starting as of today, it's already been 2 hours since the markets have been up and running. But a quick glance in terms of what is the overall sentiment. All right. So based on the Nifty, we are seeing that there are only 5 stocks which are like Asian Paints, Dr. Reddy, Cipla, Trend, TCS, which are trading lower. The remaining 45 stocks are currently appreciating in value, so that thereby showcasing that there is bullish sentiment in the market. Correct? Whether it is Sensex, whether it is Nifty, the overall movement or sentiment has been towards the upside. That has been based on the market open. But when you look at it from the indices, right? Let us have a look at what the indices are showcasing. In terms of the indices, you can see quite a few of them are advancing based on previous day's performance. I'm talking about 24th, right? Let me remind everyone, 25th has been a holiday, so the markets had been closed. The markets have returned as of today morning, right? So we have Nifty 50, Nifty 100, Nifty Next 50, Nifty 200, which are more or less advancing. So they are very inclinal changes in price, right? 0.11, 0.07. So the movement is very minimal compared to the movement from where the prices have opened. All right. Having said that, we have the market sentiment, which is still bearish, right? How many of you understand what do you mean by bearish sentiment? If you know the answer, let me know in the comment box below. So as of now, based on the market sentiment, there is only a 17% inclination for investors believing that the markets can be bullish. 37% are having neutral sentiment, and 47% are having bearish sentiment. All right. I hope you're able to understand. Overall sentiment is still being bearish. Yes, the markets have opened with an optimism as of today morning. Many of the indices have been overperforming, but when we look at the sentiment as well as the FI data, we are currently seeing that there is more or less more outflow of funds from the economy. We will talk more about FI later, but first and foremost, let us look at the charts and let us see what our hot stock is doing, because the purpose of these live stream sessions, especially the 2 live stream sessions that are taking place when the market is up and running, will be focused towards how our watch list has been performing, right? Based on the trades that we have been providing to you, we will quickly have a look in terms of what the markets are doing. All right. So how many of you are eager to know what the charts are showing and how the trades are performing? If yes, let me know in the comment box below. So Let's start with quickly. Let me remove all these indicators, and based on quickly, let me just show you the values that we had taken for this one. Quickly had been provided on 11th of December, right? So 11th of December, let me just put a line, 11th of December. So 11th of December is here, and we had provided you with an entry between 170 and 175. All right. Let me know if you have any doubts, if you have any questions. I will do my best in terms of letting you know what could be the best answer. All right. And I will try my best to answer all your queries and all your questions. All right. And once again, sorry if I'm coughing a lot, because I'm not completely well, and I'm still wanting to do this live stream sessions because I believe in providing value to our clients. Correct. So this is all for you. Now, looking at the current chart of Kriti, we had informed that we were looking to enter around 170 and 175, right? The markets have more or less come to a very important area of support. This is a very key important area of support, which is around the 157 area, and we will be expecting the prices to correct in the near future. Remember, the markets are running, but the year is coming to an end. When the year is coming to an end, the liquidity starts to fall down, the liquidity starts to reduce. So in terms of volume, you can be very well assured that either the movements are going to be minimal in terms of movement. As you can see, let me use my highlighter. The volume since the last couple of days has been less, right? Less in the terms of the fund managers, the banks, the institutions have been taking a break. So there is going to be minimal movement, if not major movements, right? All the news events which had to come out for the year have come out, and now the markets are just going to be accumulating, or would be mostly having a neutral sentiment. Having said that, we are going to be expecting this particular stock to rise in the future as well. All right, let us quickly have a look at all the other watch list stocks that we had provided to you. We had made good returns on all the watch lists. Remember, even though the markets are correcting, we are making sure to provide you with additional trading recommendations, right? Because we believe that the market is based on probabilities and not certainties. We do not have a crystal ball that can showcase predictions in the future. We can only speculate. How many people understand the difference between prediction and speculation? If you do, let me know in the comment box below. All right. So in terms of prediction, predicting is knowing for certain what the future holds for us, right? So people are answering yes, prediction means being certain about the future, while speculation means you are trying to understand and have a probability, right? What is the probability of a particular scenario occurring in the future? That is the meaning of speculation. So we as analysts and traders are always speculating. We are not predicting, but based on our high probability trades and our record of the last 3 months that have shown a massive profitability of 237, it is possible, right, that we can be making money in the markets. So coming to Annapurna, you can clearly see that Annapurna has been very much between a key important support area around the 340, 341 price level, and a key resistance area, right? So prices are basically between support and key resistance, right? Based on the current market conditions, with the markets which have opened just approximately 2 hours and 15 to 20 minutes before, the markets are more or less being on a sideways sentiment, right? We call it as neutral sentiment, or prices oscillating sideways. So we will keep an eye on this particular hot stock, and if any improvisations, any updates have to be made for this particular stock, do not worry, I will definitely let you know. Correct? How many of you are understanding? If you're understanding, let me know in the comment box below. All right. Then we looked at IP rings where we had provided you with a hot stock recommendation that was provided on 28, and we had achieved 5% profitability on this stock. So how many people had taken trades on IP rings? If you had taken trades, let me know in the comment box how many of you had taken and how many of you had made profit on this particular hot stock. If yes, let me know, and how much. Let me know that as well. So people are saying, yes, Harsh, we had taken trades on IP rings, and that is the power, correct? You can clearly see that even though the markets take time in terms of achieving the required target profit, it still attains, right? Not once, but twice. So the markets have attained the required profit target of 5% that had been provided, and we had attained, right? Let me just show it to you quickly on our stock tracking sheet where we have been diligently maintaining. So whether it is IP rings, so we had provided you with the parameters between 200 and 205, and the trade was closed on 19, right? Exactly 1 week before, exactly last week on the same day, right? Thursday, we had achieved a 5% profitability on one single trade. So how many of you had taken trades on this particular hot stock? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, so as you can see, the markets are more or less, oscillating between support and resistance, and like I had mentioned, the movement is going to be sideways at least till the next year, beginning of next year. So for those of you who have taken the trades and who have made money, a good job. All right, I'm very proud of all of you who are taking action. We want people to take action because if such high value content is being provided to you, we want to make sure that you're utilizing the value also, right? And not just listening, but taking action as well. Looking at Poonawalla, we had seen that this particular stock, right? Apparently, even the banking sector as of now. Let us quickly have a look in terms of what the banking sector is showcasing. So in terms of the banking sector, right, we are going to be looking at the bank index. So the Nifty Bank Index as of now has just started to decline at a slight negative variation, right? So the markets had opened at 51,395, had appreciated quite significantly, but as of now, the prices are slowly declining with a 0.11% difference. So please be aware, even the banking sector, as of now, though it started on a bullish sentiment, currently has been having a good amount of bearish sentiment. So if the index is having bearish sentiment, there is higher probability for prices to showcase bearish sentiment on the chart as well. The prices have been correcting. We had discussed that yes, this particular stock that had been provided has been taking quite a toll all the way from April, right? So around April, especially with the biggest movement that had been taking place around October. Does any one of you know what is the reason for this stock to decline so massively just based on the last couple of months? Anyone who knows the reason? So the reason for this is, let me show it to you. Let me just quickly go to our research page where we would be typing Poonawalla. And based on Poonawalla, you can be seeing that overall, just on the last 3 years data, the numbers of the performance of the stock have been great, right? 61%. But based on the yearly data, the last 12 months consecutive data, as well as all the way to the weekly data, there has been good amount of bearish sentiment. Do any one of you know the reason why it is happening? I can see Rocky in our community today. Good morning, Rocky. I hope you're having a fabulous morning, and I hope you are learning and getting a lot of information from our live stream sessions, correct? Rocky is writing EPS has been negative. Rocky, which stock are you talking about? Is it based on Poonawalla? If yes, let me know, right? So, okay, Rocky is writing no profit as expected. So you have to understand that for this particular stock, based on even the values of ROE, ROA, right? I'm sure everyone by now is clearly aware what ROA, ROE, and EPS stands for, right? So ROE is returns on equity, ROA is return on assets, all right, indicating how the company is profitable towards relative assets. EPS is earnings per share, correct? How it is a tool for measuring the company's profitability based on the calculation that is shown on your screen. Now, as of now, the reason for the decline, I want to focus on the decline that has been resulted in terms of Poonawalla. You have to be aware, based on the last quarterly two results, they have come out with a loss, right? They have declared a loss of 471 crores. So Poonawalla has declared its quarterly two earning reports. Remember, I'm talking about the value that had been mentioned last quarter, right? So around 25th of October, revealing that they had grown slightly with a percentage with an increment of 33.88, but the company reported a significant loss of 471 crores, right, for the quarter, which has been very different from the profit that had been made similarly in the last year. So with a loss of 471 crores, you can clearly see that the markets have taken a huge toll on this particular stock, right? Even with, how many of you are aware of the data that had been disclosed on the US dollar, right? So the data had been disclosed on the US dollar where the US dollar interest rate, right? So the Fed funds had reduced the interest rate, all right, from 4.75 to 4.5%. How many of you are aware of this particular news event that had taken place last week? So the Fed funds had reduced the interest rate from 4.7% to 4.5. So there has been a correction of 25 basis point, all right. With a correction of 25 basis point, the dollar has been appreciating. So the US dollar has been appreciating quite significantly. But having said that, you have to understand that it has taken an inverse impact on the indices. So it could be the S&P 500, or it could be the Dow Jones, right? All of those stocks have been declining. So people have to understand that even the global factors that are at play can also be a key reason for the performance of a particular stock. Yes, we have macroeconomic as well as microeconomic news events, but there can be triggers that can take place because of the overall global markets as well. The markets are more or less correcting, correct? More or less correcting, and based on the correction, we will be looking at possibility of prices to appreciate in value, correct? Rocky is writing no profit as expected. Yes, Rocky, that is true. But you still have to be clear. I've still not understood the question. Are you talking about Poonawalla, or are you talking about the indices, or are you talking about the trade recommendations? Let me know in the comment box below. All right. So looking at Poonawalla, we would be expecting the prices to continue up. Based on a very crucial indicator that we have been using, and I have been discussing about this quite often in our live stream sessions, especially with the indicator that we use based on RSI. Any one of you who know what RSI is? If yes, let me know in the comment section below. All right. So based on the other side, we have been seeing, all on majority of the times that whenever the prices are at the corner levels, right, either the prices are being undervalued or prices are being overvalued, right? So the two lines that you can see on the screen, which represent the 30 and the 70 lines, right? Remember, RSI is relative strength index, and it is an oscillator showcasing whether the value of a particular stock is being undervalued or overvalued. Whenever the RSI crosses into the undervalued territory, we would be expecting a correction in the markets, right? because the markets cannot keep traveling in one direction. So the markets will keep correcting, right? I hope people are understanding. So as based on the data that you can see, whenever the RSI is undervalued, there is an expectation for prices to continue up. And whenever the prices are overvalued, there is a tendency for prices to continue down. So just based on the current vertical lines that I've drawn, you can clearly see that whenever undervalued, the tendency for prices is to go up, and whenever overvalued, there is a tendency for prices to correct. As of now, you can see the prices are more or less being undervalued, correct? So we would be expecting the prices for this particular stock to appreciate in value. How many of you are understanding? If yes, let me know in the comment box. So Rocky is writing Poonawala. So yes, Rocky, that is exactly what we are talking about. And as you have mentioned, EPS is negative. Actually, EPS is positive, right? Based on the last year's data, we had shown it to you on the screen as well. Let me show it to you once again. So based on the EPS values, we are currently seeing that the value of earnings per share has risen based on the last year. So last year, the EPS value has been at 8.9. This year, the year 2024, the value of EPS has shot up to 21.9. Though the numbers of the companies are promising, you still have to be aware that the performance has still been under or in the declining. Why has it been declining? Because of the net loss that had been declared in the last quarter, right? 471 crores loss. So coming back to the charts, let us quickly look at what the other charts or hot stocks are also showing, correct? How many of you have taken trades on Hind Oil? Let me know in the comment box below. How many people have taken trades on Hindustan Oil Exploration? Let me know that as well. All right, so Rocky is writing Poonawalla FinCorp reported earnings per share EPS of 6.1 for the quarter ended September 2024, a significant decline of 3.77 in the same quarter the previous year. Remember, Rocky, yes, the data that you're talking is essential, but we are looking for trading recommendations that can keep making you money. So no matter what the data are being showcased, it just provides an overall sentiment of what the markets have done in the past. The data that have been published based on fundamentals are always outdated. For any data that you are looking based on fundamentals, as you can see on the screen, will always be based minimum to minimum on either the last quarter or the last year. So there has been a lot of changes that have been taking place in the last quarter, whether it is 3 months, 4 months, or the last year, whether it is 2023 or 2024. Based on even the quarters, the values keep changing, right? Yes, we do want to combine the best of both the worlds, right? Whether it is fundamentals or technicals. So fundamentals does provide us with data, but the data is lagging. How many of you are understanding? Fundamental data is always lagging. We are looking for trades that we can capitalize on and take instant profits, right? So yes, fundamentals are important, but we will be focusing on technicals as well. All right, so moving forward, coming to Hind Oil, as you can see, Hind Oil is more or less being on a sideways trajectory, correct? Are you able to see this? If yes, let me know. How many people have taken trades on these stocks? Let me know in the comment section below. If you have taken, let me know, because you can see the markets have been correcting since quite a while, correct? All the way from August 2024. So approximately 4 months previous till date, the markets have been declining. But based on the last month data, based from November to December, we are seeing that the prices are going sideways. How many of you are able to understand what I'm saying? Whenever there is a phase shift from bearish sentiment to sideways sentiment, the next phase is expected to be a bull sentiment, right? Bullish sentiment. How many of you are understanding? If yes, let me know in the comment section below. Remember, it is not just about single trades that we are we are analyzing and looking at each and every single hot stock that has been provided, but from an overall context, we just want to make sure that whenever a hot stock is being provided, we want you to take action, right? Whether you're having doubts, whether you're having queries, you can always let me know in the chat box. But our focus will definitely be towards how many people are actually gaining monetarily value, right? How can you make monetarily value in the live streaming sessions is by taking the hot stock recommendations that we are sharing, correct? So make sure that you're taking consistent trades, and I hope that majority of you who are taking consistent trades should be making good profitability percentages. Am I correct? How many of you are making good profits in the live stream sessions? Let me know in the comment box below. So looking at Hindol, we had provided you with couple of entries. Remember, we as analysts and traders will always provide you with high probability trades, but there are certain factors which are going to be beyond our control, correct? Whether it is microeconomical factors, macroeconomical factors. So in terms of the oil and gas sector, I'm sure every one of you are aware that the markets have been correcting or declining, right? And there are many reasons or many economical factors that are responsible for triggering a decline in the oil and gas sector, whether it is geopolitical uncertainty, whether it is correction in the international crude oil prices, or whether it is a correction in the nifty oil sector as well, right? How many of you are aware of there is an index which is called as the nifty oil and gas sector, correct? So even based on that particular sector, the prices have been more or less on a declining phase. How many of you are understanding? And whenever there are geopolitical concerns, international market corrections, if the crude oil international crude oil market is being corrected, the Indian crude oil market as well as the individual Indian stocks will also be having a correction or a bearish sentiment going on. So that had been the phase previously. Recently as of now, based on the last month, we are seeing that the prices have started to go sideways, right? There has been an onset of neutral or sideways sentiment, indicating that yes, first and foremost, as you could see, there has been a strong volatility, a strong movement based on volumes in the previous couple of months. But as of now, the volumes have more or less started to decline. Remember, as and how we are coming closer to the end of the year, the liquidity is going to reduce, right? Why is the liquidity going to reduce? Any one of you who would want to let me know the answer in the chat box. So the liquidity will be reducing because of the vacations that have been taking place by the banks, hedge fund managers, financial institutions. Keeping that in mind, we had also discussed based on seasonality, correct? So based on seasonality, we had informed you that if a particular stock has been performing in a particular manner in the previous years during the same number of months, we would be expecting a similar outcome for the coming years in the coming months as well. So just based on December, as you can see, over the last couple of years, whether it is 2023, 2022, or 2021, the outlook has been more or less bearish, right? As you can see, let me just show you exactly where 26th December is. So the vertical line that you are seeing is 26th of December, right? Based on the last couple of years, the markets have started to show a good amount of bullish sentiment in the coming months as well. So it is only going to be a matter of time that we should start to see this particular stock to show bullish sentiment. Remember, we also use the support of RSI or even MACD, MACD, right? How many of you are aware of MACD? What is MACD? If you know the indicators, name, let me know in the chat box below. So looking at MACD, we can see, sorry, first I will be talking from RSI perspective. Whenever the prices are approaching to the undervalued or overvalued territories, let me just mark it, right? Whenever the markets are approaching the undervalued or overvalued territories, we can clearly see that there is a shift in direction, right? How many of you are understanding this particular concept? Remember, we want to see how the markets are performing and utilize the price movement that the market is giving us in terms of generating profits, right? So, how many of you are here to make profits? If yes, let me know in the comment section below. So based on this particular stock, which is on Hindoil, you can currently see that the markets are very much approaching. They haven't yet approached, but are very close to the undervalued territory. And since prices are already sitting in a strong area of in a very strong key support area, right? The key support area, which is around the 187 price level, we will be expecting the prices to appreciate in the near future as well. So, for those of you who have this trade running, it is only a matter of time before we start to see profits coming in. Now, whether we need to add additional trades, whether we need to provide you with more instructions, I will let you know. All right. And moving on to Gildev Plastic. Now, Gildev Plastic had also been quite significant. All right, significant in terms of how many of you had taken trades on Gildev Plastics based on the previous hot stock recommendations. Let me know your answers in the comment box below. So, based on Gildev Plastic, we have been doing quite phenomenally well, right? It is not just one trade that has been provided on Gildev Plastic, but couple of trades that have been provided on Gildev Plastic, right? So overall, we had 4 trades that had been provided on Gildev Plastic, and you can see that we have been sitting at a cumulative profitability of 28% just based on one stock. Yeah, you can see all the data is being provided to you in terms of the entries. The only entry that is currently running is based on 19th of September, which was provided at the entry level of 330. But to all of you, if you had been taking consecutive trades in terms of the markets improvising and adding trades, you would be making a net profit, right? Since we were already sitting at 28%, the trade that had been provided initially on 19th of September would have mitigated the losses, and you would be making money. You would be net positive overall. So I'm hope when people are taking trades, it is not just about taking one trade and finishing it off. It doesn't work like that. The markets will improvise, right? The markets will be fluctuating day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. We as traders and analysts will be making sure how we can improvise based on the market conditions and make money in the financial markets even if the markets are correcting. How many of you are understanding this particular concept, right? So for those of you who are taking trades, make sure that you are taking all the trades that we are mentioning, right? Especially if you have a trade running on a particular stock, and if the markets are correcting, follow our hot stock recommendations, because we will provide you with added entries that can reduce your prices, that can reduce your average price. Whenever the prices are being averaged down, whenever the prices are being averaged down, for example, let me just explain it to you in a simple manner. If you had provided you with an entry around 330, which is the blue color line, and as and how the markets are correcting, and we have been providing you with additional entries. So whenever the markets are correcting, we provide you with improvisations that can take place in the market. If the markets are correcting and if we see that there is potential for the stock to appreciate in value, we will provide you with additional entries. When we are providing you with additional entries, the average price reduces, right? How many of you are understanding? I hope people are understanding what I'm saying. If you have any doubts, any queries, do let me know. All right. So when providing additional entries, the average price gets reduced. All right. How many people are understanding? As and how we keep providing you with improvisations based on the market conditions, the prices will start to average down. We will be getting a better average price. Since the average price gets reduced when the market reverses or starts to go in that direction, we end up making profit much more quickly. You do not have to wait for prices to reach to your entry levels for you to come out at break even. Your average prices will start to get reduced. You will be offered at a discounted rate, right? I hope people are understanding. So if we had provided you one, two, three, four trades on this particular stock, the average price would be coming to, let me put a horizontal line, the average price will be more or less coming to around 306. So rather than waiting for prices to come back to your entry levels for you to come out at break even, all you will have to do is wait for prices to attain across the average price barrier mark, which is the black color dotted line. Let me change the color to orange. All right, so the orange line is going to be the average price, and as you can see, whenever the prices cross above the orange line, which is basically the average price for the four trades, you will be making money. So even if the markets are correcting, you do not have to worry, because when the markets are correcting also, we have the capacity, we have the potential to make money in a bearish market as well. Our financial sheet has been a testament. We have been showcasing every day. Remember, since the last couple of months, the indices have been on a bearish trajectory. How many of you agree with me, right? The markets have been correcting significantly. Just let me show it to you based on the Nifty, right? So Nifty, based on the Nifty index, as you can see, the markets have more or less been correcting, correct? More or less, the markets have been on a downward trajectory with a correction of almost 11.5%. Based on the correction that has been taking place all the way from September, we are still being able to showcase that we have been able to generate profits even when the overall market sentiment in the stock market, in the England stock market, has been on a bearish sentiment. How many of you are understanding? So whether the context of the indices being bullish or bearish, or whether the context of the fundamentals not matching with what the prices are showcasing, remember there is always going to be a lag in terms of the data that is being shown to the public and in terms of what the markets are currently undergoing. So please be aware, we are here to look for trading opportunities or trading recommendations on a regular basis. So you do not have to worry. Sometimes the data can be misleading as well, right? It might show you like how we had shown to you in the morning. In the morning, based on the report that has been generated based on Business Standard. Remember, it's a very prominent news article website. Even though they have been showing that majority of the stocks have been doing well, correct? They have been mentioning across the sectors. The Nifty Bank was the top sectoral gainer, climbing 0.82%. But if you go and you check on the markets currently, the Nifty bank sector, which had been the most bullish index as of today morning, has been slightly at a deficit as of now. So you have to understand the markets are improvising on a second to second basis. How many of you are understanding this concept that I am talking about? If yes, let me know in the comment section below. All right. So we will be keeping an eye on Hind oil, and we will be letting you know in terms of Hind oil and Gildev plastic, correct? And we will let you know in terms of any improvisations that have to be made. We even looked at RBL Bank, where we had provided you with hot stock recommendations on this particular stock as well. And as you can see, the prices are more or less sitting in a very important key support level, right, which is going to be around the 145 148 level. Now prices are more or less advancing towards the key support area. So prices are more or less bouncing between resistance and support like a ping pong ball. Having said that, even on trades that have been provided on RBL Bank, we had provided you with additional trades on RBL Bank as well, correct? How many of you had taken the previous trades that had been provided on RBL Bank? If yes, let me know in the comment box below. So based on RBL Bank, we had provided you with two entries, right? So one entry is still running, but the other entry that had been provided has been making not 5% profitability, but a 10% profitability, right? There are certain times in the market when we are able to make much more than what we are expected to make, right? How many of you would love to make more than what you have expected in the markets? If yes, let me know in the comment section below. So based on the data, based on the stock of RBL Bank, you have to understand, even though the markets are correcting, we will always improvise based on the current market conditions. So whether the markets are going down or the markets are going up, even for a stock like RBL Bank, had you taken trades on the two hot stocks that we had mentioned, you would be sitting at net positive. So you would be making net positive on both the trades. So we have been informing our clients and our viewers again and again that it is very important to add positions when we are providing you, especially if you have a hot stock that is running. And we are also providing you in terms of when to close the trade. So make sure to keep attending the live stream session so that you will be up to date with all the required instructions that are necessary for generating money in the markets, right? So how many of you would love to make money? Make sure to keep be consistent in all our live stream sessions. As of now, the markets are more or less just oscillating between the two, right? So we will be keeping an eye on this particular hot stock. If an additional entry needs to be provided, I will let you know, correct? And last but not the least, we had Muthoot Finance. Let me just quickly go to our analysis sheet and let me see for Muthoot Finance. So even for even for Muthoot Finance, we had provided you with additional entries as well, in which one of the entries has been able to generate a 5% profitability. Currently, based on the bank and the finance sector, even though they started with a bullish sentiment as of today morning, you can clearly see that the overall sentiment has been more or less bearish, correct? How many of you agree with me? Based on the last couple of months of data, the prices are being having a bearish sentiment, and the prices have reduced the intensity of bearishness and have started to consolidate sideways, with prices approaching a key support area structure. Even based on the power of RSI that we have been utilizing, you can clearly see that whenever the prices approach the undervalued territory, let me mark it again. Whenever the prices approach the undervalued territory, there is always a tendency for prices to correct. So we will be expecting for this particular stock to appreciate in value as well. So whether the markets are going down or up, whether the markets are being bullish or bearish, you do not have to worry. Just trust the process, believe it for yourself, take action, and you will be definitely making good profits the way that we have been making profits. So how many of you would love to make these kind of returns on your own trading accounts? So remember, it is possible to make returns on your own accounts. You just have to be attentive in all our live streaming sessions and take action whenever a hot stock is being provided to you. How many of you are understanding? How many of you have understood it properly? If yes, let me know in the chat box below. So let us have a quick review in terms of what we had done in our live stream session. So we had talked about how the markets, though they had started with a bullish sentiment, are more or less having a neutral to a sideways or a slight bearish sentiment, with today's day opening with bullish sentiment but having bearishness. As and how the time is coming closer for the markets to function, we will be keeping an eye. We had shown you that overall most of the indices have been performing well, correct? With the one second, with the overall index having, more or less many of the indices are being advancing while few of them have been declining. And in terms of the sentiment, which is very important, though the indices are more or less neutral to slightly bearish, the market sentiment has been bearish, right? especially with the FII who are still pulling out funds from the economy. Remember, based on the data of 24th December, since 25th was a holiday, and the FII data is based on the previous day's calculation, there has been a deficit of negative 2454, and with the DIIs flooding the markets with a capital of 2,819. So there has been a slight appreciation net, but overall the sentiment still persists to be bearish. But nonetheless, we went through all our watch lists and we have been observing how the markets have been performing. If any necessary instruction has to be provided, I will definitely provide it to you. Correct. So I hope everyone has had a good learning for today. Unfortunately, we were not able to provide you with hot stock recommendations because we want to provide you with high probability recommendations, right? And not just random recommendations. We want our recommendations to make money. So we will provide you only and only if we come across a hot stock that has the potential to make money. So how many of you had a good amount of understanding and how many of you learned something new based on today's live stream session? Let me know in the comment section below. So let us conclude today's first live stream session. Make sure to attend the second live stream session where we will be looking at how the markets are performing, how the markets are moving. And for all of those who had celebrated Christmas yesterday, I wish that you had a wonderful time with your friends and families. And I hope to see you in the second live streaming session. So stay tuned and I will see you later. Until then, namaste and take care. Bye.